Okay, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Decode. I'm doing another little twist today. My guides told me to share this with everyone. It's almost a prediction warning for all the females out there, all the people that have children. Please protect your little girls. So let's get started. So this is brought to you by my spiritual guide and mentor who has helped me uncover some truths and possible prediction for 2023. Today I'll be talking about the explosion of femicide this year and how it may connect to this year. You'll be seeing the recurrences of man killing or beating women in the news. The ones that you don't see are the scariest because they might not receive the same media attention or may come from overseas. So let's look at this slide over here with the femicide or feminicide, the act of violence, killing against a woman by a man just because she is female. When it comes to violence against women by men, you must look at the stressors of poverty leading to mental instability, alcoholism, drugs, and the like. As a result, men are prone to take out violence on women when they can't have retribution against the men in their lives that have caused oppression against them. For example, government, authority, employers, or lack of father or abusive fathers. So in this chart, you see the highest numbers of cases coming from Brazil and from Mexico. So I made some connections to Latin America. The most cases here in the Americas are in Latin America, like I said, Brazil and Mexico. So you have that 31 femicide, 31 manifest, 31 sexual abuse, 31 and jail, 31. And you're gonna see how it ties a little bit to jail and also the reoccurrences of these themes. So what are these men manifesting in their lives? Let's continue. Femicide is also equal to the 54, 45 numbers. Okay, so here we have something that I wanted you to check out, and I found this here on this website. It says 31 women in Turkey fell victim to femicide in January. This is so funny because if you see the date here, this is February 3rd. The earthquake took place 3 days later when they found, I guess, 31 women in Turkey. Here it says a total of 31 women in Turkey were murdered by men last month, while 28 died under suspicious circumstances. So this is funny, isn't it? You think of the feminine, you think of the matrix, you think of the mother, right? The mother earth. And look how, again, we find another connection maybe to the reoccurrence. I mean, not the reoccurrence, the connection to the earthquake. Was Mother Earth mad at these men for so many so many killings towards women? Let's go back to the slides real quick. The 31, why did we get the 31? Obviously because Latin America, femicide, manifest, and all these words tied to the 31. The 31st card is the 9 of Wands, and the 31 meaning in the destructive form, animalism, when a man acts like an animal, right? He doesn't believe in anybody and could create violence, right? Because it says strong negative emotions are violent, because the 4, right? These are the negative connotations to the number 4. Not saying that the whole number 4 is negative. These are just the negative side or the dark side of 4, the lack of order and structure. So let's continue. Incarcerated. Look at this number right here, 223. And violent situations towards females, especially children, any type of children. Also, you will see this coming in the news more and more. So be careful with your children, be careful with your wives, be careful. Men, especially to you, I'm speaking to, get help. You know, it's okay to ask for help when you're dealing with anger issues and you're dealing with, pent-up anger and things you want to take it out on the women or children. So be very careful with this year, with 2023. Get the help that you need. But let's continue. Cowardice. Look at all these matches to the 45. Malefication, catastrophe, also child trafficking, terrorism, right? Pedophile, jail, Brazil is also tied to the cowardice because the man acts like a coward when he's acting this way towards women, creating the femicide. And you also have here the 54th card is the Four of Swords. And looking at the Four of Swords, it's not a violent card, but looking at the swords and the contemplation, because these are contemplative acts also. Maybe acts of rage, but someone contemplated also to choose to harm these females, right? So it's resting on a sarcophagus, a coffin right here. The man is resting on a coffin, right? And it's meaning the life and death or near death experiences. So it's so funny that these numbers tied to the tarot, and not to say that this means sexual abuse or violence in this card, but isn't it funny that these women are dealing, you know, this deals with the connection with death, right? And putting these women into these coffins, okay? And this is one that was one of the most heartbreaking because of the way this person passed. California man charged with beheading his girlfriend now claims self-defense. So this is all happening within this year, and I'm going to show a couple more examples. Before I go, I wanted to keep it short. It was just a little message that my guides wanted me to tell you. Femicide epidemic in India. Every 11 minutes, a woman or girl falls prey to the hands of an intimate partner or family member. What is main cause of femicide defined as an intentional killing. That's why I said here in the slides we come up with the card of contemplating. The person is resting and contemplating here in this card here, the Four of Swords. Okay, so going back to here, it says femicide may be driven by stereotyped gender roles, discrimination towards women and girls, unequal power relations between women and men, or harmful social norms. Okay, so as Latin America's anti-femicide crusades need help. Moment. It says even just today at the Diago Trail near Richlands, when they found a 31-year-old man armed and standing in the roadway, he was found killed his fiance and her teenage son. That was just today. And then you have the band Benjamin Vidala, 36, who worked as a bartender in Grants Pass, Oregon, was accused last week of kidnapping a woman and severely beating her in her home. Nearly 3 women in the U.S. are killed by an intimate partner every single day. And this was just as of recent. A Carterville, Illinois man facing felony charges after the Williamson County Sheriff's Office say he held the woman against her will and beat her so severely that she had to be treated in the hospital. Okay, and look at this douche over here. And I'm gonna do another episode on the eyes and what to look out for, because I see something very significant in correlation to these people's eyes. It says domestic violence leads to arrest of 34-year-old Wichita man on sexual crimes, a child nonetheless. And this one got me right here. This beast. This says investigators in Central Florida arrested a man who said they have more than a ton of child pornography related material at his home. The Marlin County Sheriff's Office arrested 72-year-old Paul Zittle on 25 counts of possession of child pee, because I can't say it too much on YouTube, last week. This is incredible. Look at all these boxes of materials that this man held. 72-year-old, and now he's being brought into light. Look at this. And you're gonna see a lot more coming of this year. Femicide is a universal problem. That's right. It says according to the new report in 2021, Asia recorded the largest number of female intimate partner and family-related killings with an estimated 17,800 victims, followed by 17,200 in Africa, 7,500 in the Americas, and 2,500 in Europe, and 300 in Oceania. Okay. So this is one that the most in Europe, I believe, is Latvia, United Kingdom, Hungary, and Lithuania is the most in Europe. But I just wanted to touch base back with you guys, saying that thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for hitting that like. There's more to come, but this is something real quick that my spiritual guide, and especially my mentor, she's the one that guides me through, learning about the tarot, doing cleanings, rituals, and things like that. Now, obviously, I'm a student of the numerology, trying to bring back more aspects of the astrology and how to connect them to the tarot, through the gematria, through numerology and things and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please be careful with your women, your children, your little girls, especially your little boys too. Of course, they always need that attention. But I see this female thing. Also, I wanted to add to this because also we're in the cat year, and many might not tell you, but the cat is a little bit perverted. So it has like a lot of sexual intentions that are not of the norm, okay? So always ask you to be positive, have zero expectations when you're listening to this, and always be open, y'all. Thank you so much, and I love y'all. Take care.